Hey everybody, we're back for another episode of I Gotta Be Honest With You. I'm Tom.
D-Man.
Dunnzilla.
And today we're going to request the poll, and the winner, actually the winner of that poll was Old Man Logan, but we're going to do the Death of Superman first, and Old Man Logan will be coming next. So let's take it away with Death of Superman, the most selling comic story of all time.
Yeah,
Yep, definitely.
Ever.
It started in, what happened was, the new creative team on Superman were going to plan the wedding between Lois and Clark. Clark had finally revealed his identity to Lois by simply going like this.
Nice.
That's what it was.
It was
That's what
yeah.
it was.
It was a picture of the cover, too.
His picture of the cover where
Yep.
she sees the reflection in his glasses and she's like,
Yep.
that's what it was. Action 650.
Something like that, yeah, it was one of those.
So they were going to plan the wedding, they being the DC creative team of Dan Jurgens, Louise Simonson, Mike Carlin, Jerry Ordway, Roger Stern,
Yep.
and I'm forgetting people's names, so I apologize. They were planning the wedding between Clark and Lois, and then all of a sudden at the 11th hour, they're like, oh, ABC is preparing Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, starring Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. So the wedding was off. So there was a year of planned storytelling that they had to put on hold. So what are they going to do?
Kill him.
That's what Jerry Ordway said. Jerry Ordway was in the back just sitting there, and he goes, let's just kill him. And after all, like, grumbling and being upset that the storyline got canned, Stern, Carlin, and Jurgens were like,
Yeah, that
yeah,
rocks.
let's just kill him. So it really started in here, Don. You remember this?
Yep. Very first cameo. It was the fist, right?
There's the Fist of Doomsday, who was a gray Hulk-like creature.
Want me to zoom in on that?
Just rage incarnate.
Yep.
The respective storylines take place where Superman takes on these, like, moloids, whatever the hell they
whatever
are.
they
And then the Jackal, this, like, she-werewolf. But at the end of each issue, you saw
Yep.
a fist pounding a metal container.
Yep.
The great thing about it is, like, back when these comics came out, they had such a cohesiveness from week to week to week. They were pretty much weekly at that point.
Well, it was weekly because of John Byrne.
Right.
When John Byrne revamped Superman in 1986, I think it was 86,
86, yeah.
he scrubbed away a lot of the continuity errors and restarted it, and basically was writing it weekly.
Right, well, because he did the Man of Steel
was writing,
miniseries,
like, 5 books at once.
Yes.
which gave it a reboot.
Yes, John
Yeah.
Byrne was writing, though, like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 Superman titles. Action, Man of Steel,
Yep.
and the regular titled Superman.
Yep.
And then by that point, they incorporated The Adventures of Superman more into the storytelling. But here's where it all started, folks. Man of Steel 18, December of 1992. The very first appearance of Doomsday. Do you remember the ads that were shown in the comic books that just had the tethered Superman logo?
Oh, yeah,
And it
yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah.
Doomsday is coming.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a name for the creature.
So you had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, but then finally they said, we're just going to call him Doomsday.
There you go.
It all starts with Doomsday escaping, and the great thing about it is the Doomsday's first panel. He breaks out after, clanging his way out.
Doesn't a bird like land in his hand and
Yeah.
he just goes?
Yep, he lands on it. Then makes his way to Metropolis. Now here's the cool thing about that. When he was on his way just to Metropolis or across the world, Superman was doing a guest appearance on the Cat Grant show.
Oh, yeah, he was, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And she was asking him a question like, "Oh, Superman, can you make the moral decisions that like your other comrades can't?" Like Batman, Batman was out of commission at this time.
Yeah, he
wasn't
was.
because of the Nightfall.
Yeah, his back was broken.
Bane broke his back.
Yeah, and Azrael was Batman.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think Bruce Wayne shows up in the aftermath.
Yeah, I think you're right, he does.
Yeah. So while that's going on, Doomsday's just wrecking havoc throughout homes and stuff like that. And the Justice League answers, the Justice League of America. Now this isn't the Justice League where it's Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Batman, etc., Flash, etc., etc. This was like sort of the B team.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
B-list Justice
This was
League.
the B-list Justice League that consisted of Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, Guy Gardner, Bloodwind, who was pretty cool,
Yeah, he was.
and Maxima and Ice.
Yeah.
Right, Maxima.
Yeah, but the funny thing about this, it's kind of like the Justice League team they had when they revamped the Justice League. They were kind of humorous from the.
Justice League International.
No, the Justice League America they had with that.
Giffen and DeMatteis did.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of like those are some of the offshoots from there that they still had in the Justice League.
So this was the first time you see Doomsday just start kicking ass,
Oh yeah.
and Boost. Go
I
ahead.
think Blue Beetle got the worst of it.
Blue Beetle was put into a coma.
Yeah, he was.
Because they were trying to figure out who Bloodwind was, and he was like, "Oh my God, Bloodwind is."
Was he the last one standing?
Booster was.
Booster.
Was. Bloodwind though, but Booster like took a big hit. But it was funny because when he finds out who Bloodwind is, Doomsday just grabs him by the head, smashes him into a container a couple of times, and then just throws him. He's put into a coma. Bloodwind and Booster got a couple good hits on him,
Yeah,
but
they
nothing to like.
They didn't do nothing.
They didn't do jack to him.
Well, the funny thing is, the Doomsday was kind of like DC's answer to the Hulk, if you think about it.
That's what it was, man. It was
Yeah.
just rage incarnate, and this little suit that you see him in. Wasn't this like some sort of Kryptonian prison that like
yeah,
they
it was supposed
kind
to
of?
like bind him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something like that,
it's
yeah.
like when you see him, his arms all tied up, and then
Yeah.
finally he broke free, and you see the protrusions, the bony protrusions, and then basically for the next 4 issues, when Superman shows up, because Justice League '69 is when Booster refers to him as Doomsday, because Doomsday grabs Booster and throws him,
Yeah.
and Superman catches him. Superman left the Cat Grant show.
Yeah, he
That-
did.
he was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, Doomsday is here.
You know,
and then
the-
the next 4 issues were just fell.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing about it, and this is one of the few books that slipped through the cracks because it wasn't part of the Superman story. So a lot of people didn't. So I'm sure this has got a lower print run than the rest of them did for that fact.
True, and I've seen a couple. I think Wonderland actually has a few
Yeah.
printings of it. But I remember when I was a kid and seeing it on the news that people forgot about this one because they were just so focused on all
Right.
the Superman titles.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is the panel count in each page.
Okay.
Like, and it starts. It's
Yeah,
like
it had
a
a
4.
number or something like
Well,
that.
no. It starts like a normal comic book. You see 4 panels a page.
Yeah.
And then as the action gets more intense, it shrinks 3 per page, 2 per page, and then finally.
That's interesting.
And then finally, when you get to the big one, Superman 75, it's just 22 pages of just splash pages.
Oh, yeah.
What a splash page is the whole page is one panel.
That
It's
is pretty
It's
interesting.
not broken up.
Yeah.
There's no words, no lettering, just
And
action.
before, and this is one of the most highly selling comic books before Spawn showed up. Or
No, that's the most selling comic
Is
book
it
of all
still?
time.
Oh, is
Yep,
it?
still
Okay.
to this day, Superman
Okay.
75.
So-
I can't even tell you. I can't even give you a number.
Is it because it's so unique, or?
because it was the death of Superman.
That the Superman.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Finally.
issue where he croaks.
Yeah, everybody and their brother thought they were going to buy it and make millions.
People
on
thought, like, same thing with the Image Crew. They thought they were going to put their kids through college.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I ripped the price tag off months ago, but it's not that expensive.
It's only like
affordable.
$25.
Yeah, it's only
Yeah.
$25 because the problem
Because
is
of the bag.
Because there's so many, or?
They made so many.
Yeah, they
Then-
overprinted it.
yeah,
like
and
crazy.
yeah, they multi.
Because people were ordering it like
Oh, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Well, and they've got reprints of all these like crazy.
There's like 4
too.
printings of like every book.
Yep.
except for this one, I think.
Yeah.
That is 3 of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
At
no,
least
There's like 4 of this. I know that.
Oh yeah.
actually, some of the reprints are actually worth more than the regular
Because
one.
they're rare.
I
Exactly.
love that about the comic industry. If you find a second printing of certain books, it's more expensive.
Yeah.
than the first one
Yeah.
because it's less of them. Yeah,
It's
it's
so
crazy.
out there.
But no, I mean, all in all, I mean, it was a great story. I mean, and it was like
So what ends up happening though is that after, I don't mean to cut you off, but like
That's
it
fine.
is a great story. But what ends up happening is Superman ends up showing up, and for the next 4 issues,
Yep.
it's just
oh yeah,
Brawl
Shot
City.
for shot. For shot.
shot for shot,
And
Tyson versus
and then
Holyfield, whatever you want to call
Superman
it.
hit him so hard that he killed Doomsday and himself.
They hit
Yeah.
on the sweet spot.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
What?
Both went down.
So that's a common. That's what happened.
Wow, that's
Hit him
intense.
so hard.
Yeah,
Wow.
They both hit each other. It
Yep.
was like, this is it.
And that's how he died?
Superman's costume's
Wow.
so tethered, and Lois, he says goodbye to Lois. And here's another cool thing that his mother, Martha Kent, she's watching the whole thing on the news down in Smallville.
Yeah.
So she's watching her son get the tar kicked out of him, suit tethered and
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
and then finally he says goodbye to Lois, flies off,
Yeah.
and they're just like right in front of the Daily Planet, because for some reason that was like where the end game was.
Of course it is, because we
Yeah,
have to have
of course.
the symbolism.
The symbol of the
Yeah,
globe and all
exactly.
that. So finally Superman's like, this is it, I gotta put it all into this
Yeah.
one. And just
Have a nice day.
and then the big, what is it, quadruple splash page?
Oh
You gotta
yeah,
open up
it
the
was
back
like a
cover.
fold out.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
that's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you would reprint of it.
I don't think so.
Nah,
The
but it-
classic cover
It
of
was- oh, yeah.
Superman's cape
Oh yeah.
hanging on a
oh,
stick. and-
hanging on a stick, kind of like the
Now,
American
that's the
flag. Yeah.
newsstand edition, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Like all the
Yeah.
reprints.
Well,
Yeah.
and they also had, and like with the, we don't have the funeral. When they had the funeral, they had like the armband and all that stuff.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
They went.
This is arc 1 of like a continuing story that lasted for like 18 months.
Oh yeah, but the fun thing about it is, even when they had the opportunity to do the wedding, they got scrubbed. They came up with an awesome idea to
Oh,
come
God.
back.
Yep.
Because I'm thinking this probably would have been a better idea than the wedding.
It was a better idea than the wedding.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
the wedding
it
sucked.
But yeah, and then
The wedding
little
sucked.
spoiler: after he dies,
Go ahead.
after he dies, you end up getting 4 Supermen that everybody thinks is Superman, but he's not.
Cyborg,
Cyborg.
Superboy Prime,
Yep.
the
Eradicator.
Eradicator, and Steel.
Steel. Yep.
Shaq.
The guy with the hammer.
Shaq. Yeah.
Shaq played him in the movie.
There you go. But you know, and what's cool about it is once he did die, what ends up happening is they get, like you said, it went 18 months, and the story was still compelling. You think after he died they wouldn't have it, but they.
So many things happened. The
Oh,
destruction
yeah.
of Coast City. How
Yep.
Jordan went mad.
Yep.
Lois and Lana both went into like a mourning.
Yep.
Didn't Booster go out? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, not just that. I mean, this is like probably the first story that ever shocked the world. You know, the greatest
You and I
superhero dying is like.
You and I have discussed this off camera. There are only two stories that sort of like captured that whole lightning in a bottle.
This
The mass
and
death of Captain America.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Because no one expected it.
No.
No, right. Well, come on. I mean, it's their number one character, really.
Yeah. This
Did
was
it,
cool.
did everyone think he was gone for good, or did
Yeah,
people
because
figure
they-
he was coming back?
They
Well-
continue the comics, but they had no Superman.
Right. See, well, here's the funny thing about it. The funny thing about it is, there's always been a rule in comics: if you don't see the body, they're not dead.
They would have looked for Superman's body.
Well, no, but
it
you
wasn't
know what I'm saying though.
there.
But that's what they've always said. They've always said if you don't see the body, they're not dead.
Yeah.
But they've kind of got away from that a
Yeah,
little
they
bit
have.
as in the past.
It was cool to talk to Jerry Ordway about this last year.
Yeah, it
you and
was.
I did. Jerry Ordway signed both of our copies of Adventures of Superman 497. So I just want to shout out to Jerry Ordway. He was mad cool.
Which I hear he's going to be back at Turbocomic.
He will be there this year. Legendary writer.
He did. He had a great run on All-Star Squadron
And Shazam.
and Shazam.
And
yeah.
Shazam.
Shazam was actually amazing.
Yeah, it was.
So, what are your last thoughts there, Don? Anything?
I think it's all explained.
It's been shown in the movies a couple
yeah.
of times. They did an animated feature
Yeah.
called Superman Doomsday, which loosely adapted this. They took the Justice League aspect
Yeah,
out of
They
it.
put it in Dawn of Justice.
They put in Batman versus
Which was
Superman.
awesome.
Yeah, it was because it was like right out of what happened, minus the just dramatic hit.
Oh yeah.
They just
Well, they used
sorta-
the spear instead,
They used
right?
the spear,
Yeah.
and then Doomsday just used his protrusion bony because Wonder Woman. How do you lose his arm?
Well, Wonder Woman was using a wall as kind of like a.
Oh, she like
that
yeah.
brick wall. She was kind of
Yeah.
like pulling on him, and the wall broke, and then.
All Batman did was shoot a grenade at him from 5 miles away.
There you go. Yeah, well, you know, you
Remember
got the
that?
distance. Yeah.
Wonder Woman's got the lasso of truth around Doomsday. He's just like.
So on that, we could go on forever about this, but we're going to let this go. So anyway, this is our
This
thing
is
at
the death of Superman.
Superman. And on that note, take care, guys.
See ya.